went down behind the ridge, left gold dust on the line. Old fence post hum a memory from a simpler kind of time. Boots by the door, radio low, night comes easy, slow and kind. The world holds still, the crickets pray, fireflies in the quiet pines. I hear my breath, I hear the trees, every shadow knows my name. The dark ain't lonely out here, it's just learning how to stay. Fireflies in the quiet pines, blinking like they got a plan. Little sparks of borrowed light, dancing soft across the land. No rush, no sign, no grand design, just heaven passing time. I find my peace between the lines, with fireflies in the quiet pines. Creek water talks in broken tunes, moonlight rides a rail. An old hound sighs beside the porch like he knows every tale. Wind moves slow through the needles, leaves no reason, leaves no sign, just the hush of all that's true. Fireflies in the quiet pines. Fireflies in the quiet pines, tiny stars that don't need names. They burn a while, then fade away, but the night stays just the same. I've chased loud dreams down dusty roads, let some good things slip away, but the dark out here forgives you if you listen, if you stay. No clock ticks loud, no voices call, just breathe and borrow time. Lay my worries in the grass with fireflies in the quiet pines. Somewhere far a train goes by, sounds like it's leaving town, but I don't feel the pull tonight, this place won't let me down. The sky leans low, the stars lean in like they're sharing wine. Every blink a soft amen. Fireflies in the quiet pines. Fireflies in the quiet pines, teaching dark how to be kind. You don't need much to feel alive, just a steady heart and time. If I'm lost, I'll always find my way back to this sound, where my soul learned how to shine. With fireflies in the quiet pines. When morning breaks and they're all gone, their echoes still aligns. A little light stayed long enough, in the quiet pines. Night leans low on weathered boards, lantern light don't reach the ground. Just a breath of wind, an old screen door, and a hush that hums around. There's crickets beneath the porch tonight, keeping time with the moon's slow glow. They sing what the daylight leaves behind, things only the darkness knows. No crowd, no stage, no polished voice, just a song the earth can't hush. Crickets beneath the porch tonight, playing truth in every hush. Boot heels rest by the rocker chair, coffee gone cold by the rail, pine wood smoke in the summer air, stories caught in chip-white paint. The fields are still, the barn asleep, stars stitched loose across the sky, and every thought I tried to keep comes drifting back, no reason why. Daddy said silence ain't empty, son, it's just waiting to be heard. Yeah, crickets beneath the porch tonight, like a choir without a name. They don't ask for a reason why, they just play the same refrain. No need for words, no need for light, they know when to rise or hush. Crickets beneath the porch tonight, telling time to slow burn away. If you listen close between their lines, you'll hear the years go by. Every goodbye, every almost try, every dream that learned to lie. The earth remembers every step, every heart that passed through here, and it sings it back in small soft notes, so the lonely won't disappear. Crickets beneath the porch tonight, underneath this aging home, they sing like the land still breathing slow, like no soul's ever alone. Crickets beneath the porch tonight, no glory, gold or rush, just the sound of living, holding on in every quiet hush. When the lantern dies and the stars move west and the night loosens its hold, those crickets keep playing what we forget, till the morning turns to gold. Morning dew on rusted wire, sunrise stretching thin and pale. The land keeps breathing quiet dreams while I walk a trail that never fails. And that fence was built by calloused hands long before my time began. It's leaning now, I'm standing strong, like every hope this soul has known. Cattle trails and dusted boots, stories lost but not erased. Every post remembers years of storms that carved this open place. It doesn't shout, it doesn't bend, it just keeps holding where it stands. A lonely fence across the plains cuts the wind but shares the rain. It never asks who comes or goes, it just knows her sky and her pain. A lonely fence beneath the sun, watching seasons come undone. If I ever learn to stay, I'll stand like that fence across the plains. Metal arcs on fence post tops sing like time ain't moving on. Shadows stretch at evening's edge where daylight hums its final song. Pickup tracks in dried up mud, moonlight on the open range. Every mile feels wide and true, yet somehow always feels the same. That lonely fence across the plains still knows joy, still knows the strain. It don't complain about the weight, it just keeps faith and wire and grain. I've crossed lines drawn in softer sand that vanish with a change of heart, but this scar, like loving land to staying put in heart. Steel guitar answers a wind, silence sings between the posts. Sometimes roots are braver than the urge to chase what's almost close. A lonely fence across the plains holds the land through loss and gain. It don't move when skies turn gray, it just waits the storm away. A lonely fence, steady and slow, teaches things I didn't know about standing still, staying true when the whole world's passing through. When my boots wear thin someday and my road runs out of lines, I'll rest my name in open fields by that lonely fence across the plains. Morning hums where the river lies low, boots in the dew, moving easy and slow. There's a road with no hurry, no reason to run, dust on the tires, day barely begun. Fence posts lean like the tide of time, sparrows stitch silence between every line. The sun lifts its head from a blue-gray sleep, promises made that it don't have to keep. In a quiet valley holding sky, where the clouds just drift, never asking why. I lay my worries in the tall grass way, let the world breathe me the easy way. No loud answers, no reasons to try, just a quiet valley holding sky. Old barn boards whisper stories they knew of hands that worked hard, hearts honest and true. A windmill turns like a thoughtful mind, counting the seconds of the stars left behind. Even the shadows don't rush their feet, they fall where the earth and the daylight meet. In a quiet valley holding the sky, even time learns how to pass on by. Night comes soft on a silver moon, crickets humming off-key tune. If heaven's close, it's gotta be here, where the dark feels kind, not sharp with fear. I've chased loud dreams down busy roads, carried too much of what life unloads. But peace don't shout, it don't demand, it waits like dirt in an open hand. In a quiet valley holding sky, where the stars hang low like they're passing by, I find my name in the evening breeze, learn how little is all I need. No finish line, no last goodbye, just a quiet valley holding sky. Fiddle fades, night settles deep, the valley stays, and the world can sleep. bluebirds in the fence line, singing like they know every broken mile I walked, every seed I sowed. And they don't ask me questions, don't call me by name, just bluebirds in the fence line, keeping time with the plains. Sun comes slow through dusty air, coffee cooling on the rail, old boots leaning by the door, still holding yesterday's trail. The wind talks soft to the wheat, like it's telling me to stay. I listen more than I answer now, let the quiet have its say. There's a scar on every bar, from wire pulled too tight, but the birds don't mind the rust, they just rest there every night. Bluebirds in the fence line, feathers kissed by dawn, they remind me I'm still here, even when the herd's gone on. No promises, no silver signs, just wings against the sky. Bluebirds in the fence line, teaching me how to try. Daddy said the land remembers every footstep, every tear. If you stand still long enough, it'll tell you why you're here. So I laid my worries down in the shadow of the wild, let the birds take what was heavy, leave me what's required. Bluebirds in the fence line, humming old-time grace. They don't need a destination, just a place. Bluebirds in the fence line, morning clear and kind. If freedom's just a moment, then I found mine. No gold roads, no grand design, just peace I didn't plan. Bluebirds in the fence line, and dirt on my hands. Fence line hums, bluebirds gone, but the song stays on. brakes on a wire-strung line. Old fence leaning with the weight of time. Dew on the grass, boots in the dust. Sky's moving on 'cause it always must. Clouds drifting like borrowed dreams. Nothing stays the way it seems. The wind hums low through the cedar poles, telling stories only the prairie knows. Clouds rolling through fences like they ain't got no rules. No gates to stop their wandering. Oh, right road to choose. I watch them fade to the open blue, learning how to let things pass on through. Yeah, clouds rolling through fences, just like I do. Sunlight flickers on a rusted nail. Paint's long gone from the farmhouse rail. Crows lift up from the plowed out ground. Their wings make a lonely sound. That fence was built to draw the line, but the sky don't read those signs. Clouds rolling through fences, soft as a whispered prayer. They don't ask for permission, they don't know despair. They leave no tracks, they leave no proof, just a shadow passing over the roof. Yeah, clouds rolling through fences, free and loose. Daddy said, son, don't hold too tight. Some things belong to the wind and light. I see his words in the open land, slipping through like grains of sand. Afternoon turns the sky to gray. Fence posts stretch a mile away. I rest my arms on splintered wood, thinking about all the things I should. If the sky won't ever stay confined, maybe neither should this heart of mine. Clouds rolling through fences, across these open plains. They carry off the quiet thoughts, they wash away the chains. If the world feels small and boxed in tight, look up and follow that moving light. Yeah, clouds rolling through fences, teaching me how to breathe tonight. Just clouds rolling on through fences, and me learning how to do the same. Crickets hum low by the fence line. Fireflies blink out of time. Barefoot dust on a dirt road bend even feels like an old friend. Tall grass leans where the moonlight lands. Summer breath moves across the land. Shirts hang loose on a clothesline wire. Hearts beat slow when the world gets quiet. Every whisper in the breeze carries words you never speak. Night don't hurry, neither do we. Time just listens patiently, Radio low from the porch out back. Sweet tea rings on a mason glass. Your laughter rides the cicada song like it knew where it belonged. If tomorrow never calls our names, this moment's still enough to stay. Meadow winds of summer nights carry your dreams in borrowed light. They don't promise, they don't pretend, they just move you now and then. If I ever lose my way, I'll follow where those soft winds play. When the sun's gone and stars feel near, those meadow winds still meet me here. Seasons turning to dust, same old road, same old rust. Nothing stays the way it was. Seasons turning in the dust. Wind rolls low across the plain, carries years like silent rain. Boots wear thin, hands grow rough, learning when to let go enough. The land remembers more than us. Spring comes green but doesn't stay. Summer burns it all away. Fall writes truth in harvest lines. Winter waits grass grows back once again. Daddy said, son, don't fight the ground. It'll teach you if you stick around. Seasons turning in the dust. Faith worn thin, but still we trust. Every end is just a gust. Seasons turning in the dust. Round and round, year to year. When my name fades from this land, and these fields forget my hands, the wind will hum, the earth adjust. Seasons turning in the dust. The sun leans low on a fading sky. Dust hangs gold as the day says goodbye. Fence posts stretching like old fence lines of prayer. Evening settles gentle on the pasture air. Boots by the barn, hear the crickets begin. Days letting go of the work we've been in. The breeze moves slow through the tall prairie grass. Another quiet moment letting daylight pass. You can hear the world slow down inside when the blue turns purple in their eyes. Horses breathing in twilight, clouds in the west, steam from the noses, finally at rest. No words spoken, no need to explain, just hooves on the earth and the rhythm of rain. Horses breathing in twilight, time slipping by under a heaven of wide open sky. Tin roof cool and creaks with the night. Barn swallows gone chasing last light. Shadows grow long where the creek bends low. Moon's hanging back, taking her time to show. The whippoorwill calls like it knows my name. Every quiet evening feels about the same. Horses breathing in twilight, slow and deep. Dreams in their heads, they're already asleep. Manes in the wind, dust on their hide. Stillness riding right by my side. Horses breathing in twilight, nothing to prove, just the land and the way that it moves. Life don't shout, it hums real low. Teaches you things you don't always know. If you listen close, when the daylight ends, you'll hear old truths from four-legged friends. Horses breathing in twilight, hearts beat slow. Even the stars seem in no hurry to show. Every long road feels lighter somehow, standing right here in the here and now. Horses breathing in twilight, calm as a sigh. holding the day while it says goodbye. Night takes the rain, the dark settles in, horses breathing, twilight again. Steel strings hum like an old memory. Boots rest easy by the creek bend. There's a trail of fallen needles leading down from the ridge. The morning light breaks through the branches like a promise I still live. Water talks in low confessions to the stones it's always known. A quiet brook beneath the pine says I was never really alone. The world don't rush me out here, it just breathes and lets me stay down by the quiet brook beneath the pine, where time don't chase and clocks don't shine. Lay my worries in the stream, let the current carry my name. If peace has got a hiding place, it's in the shade where the tall trees stand. A quiet brook beneath the pines, got an open hand for a restless man. I've heard towns full of loud opinions, roads that never sleep, but silence here feels honest, like a secret it can't keep. Dragonflies ride circles in the air like borrowed dreams. Every ripple tells a story about the truth in simple things. I don't need a map or answer, don't need gold or borrowed plans. Just this water, just this moment, just the dirt upon my hands. Down by the quiet brook beneath the pines, where the sky leans low and kind. I trade my doubts for breathing room and let the hard days drift behind. Heaven never touched the ground, it did it quiet, slow and plain, by the quiet brook beneath the pines, where nothing's lost and nothing's gained. When evening cools the forest floor and shadows stretch like lines, I leave my boots by the water's edge, at the quiet brook beneath the pine. Crickets singing in the yard tonight, under porch light, yellow and tired. World slows down, everything's alright when the crickets singing in the yard. Boots by the door got a coat of dust. Tin roof hums when the night air rusts. Old screen door squeaks like it knows my name. Summer breath smells of hay and rain. Fireflies blink like borrowed stars. Fence line leaning proud of its scars. Moon hangs low over county land. Time slips quiet through my hands. Crickets singing in the yard tonight. Harmony born from the dark outside. No radio, no neon sign. Just a cricket singing in the yard. Wind moves slow through the maple tree. Carries old prayers on a country breeze. Crickets singing in the yard. Every little sound hits hard. No word spoken, truth is clear. Crickets singing, night is near. Daddy said, listen when the world goes still. That's where peace lives beyond the hill. Not every song needs a stage or a crowd. Some are soft, never loud. Crickets singing in the yard tonight. Same old song since the first dirt road. If heaven's got a simple light, it sounds like crickets back home. Porch light flickers, nightstand still. Crickets singing and always will. Shadows cool the forest floor. Morning leans against the hill. Needles whisper under boots. Time decides to stand still. I hear that sigh in the branches sway, soft as a forgotten hymn. A breeze through the pines knows my name, knows my mind, carries off the weight I hold, leaves the worry behind. Sunlight breaks, then hides again. Birds write notes across the sky. Every breath I didn't take finds me when I try. world don't shout out here, it just hums and waits. Even restless hearts can rest between the quiet gates. I've chased roads that led too fast, tried to outrun signs and time. Found my feet back on this path with the pines in line. A breeze through the pines says I'm fine, just fine. Teaches me to bend, not break, one slow breath at a time. Branches sway, then settle in. Breeze moves on, but stays within. Don't say a word, the field can hear. Even the moon is leaning in. Night don't rush what daylight grew. It just listens, the same as you. Golden heads bow to the breeze. Crickets hum in minor keys. Boots cut past where summer lay. Every step remembers hay. The hands brush grain, then slipped apart. Dust and laughter, a borrowed heart. Promises stitched in harvest air. None of them loud enough to swear. There's a whisper in the wheat rows, calling names we never said. All the love we didn't speak out still sleeps in every golden head. If you listen past the wind blows, you'll hear what we let go. Fields don't judge, they only hold every secret ever told. What was young and what grew old all comes back as seeds and soul. A whisper in the wheat rows, not a cry, just truth. The land remembers me and you. Comes the road stand tall, saying nothing after all. But if the hush feels like your name, that's the field calling me the same. Same old road, same old rust. Nothing stays the way it was. Seasons turning into dust. Wind rolls low across the plain, carries years like silent rain. Boots wear thin, hands grow rough, learning when to let go enough. The land remembers more than us. Spring comes green but doesn't stay. Summer burns it all away. Fall writes truth in harvest lines. Winter waits, don't ask it why. I've seen dreams blow off like chaff, watch time split a life in half. But the soil don't curse the pain, it just grows back once again. Daddy said, son, don't fight the ground, it'll teach you if you stick around. Seasons turning into dust. Faith worn thin, but still we trust. Every end is just a gust. The seasons turning into dust. Round and round, year to year. Round and round, year to year. When my name fades from this land, and these fields forget my hands, the wind will hum the earth adjust. Seasons turning in the dust. Grass still tall where we used to run. Morning hangs till the work's begun. Fence posts are lean and paint worn thin. The quiet knows where we've all been. Cows move slow in the amber light. Wind hums low like a lullaby. Every hoof beats soft and slow. Sounds like places I used to know. If you stand still long enough, you can hear what time gave us. There are echoes in the pasture, calling names the years erased. Every laugh, every answer still hangs in this open space. I left town with dust on my shoes. chasing roads I thought I'd choose. But some sounds don't fade away, they just wait where the tall grass stays. Hear it now, if you listen close. Silence ain't as empty as it seems. It's full of old forgotten dreams. The land remembers every name, even when we don't stay the same. There are echoes in the pasture underneath the open sky, footsteps softer than the answers, but they never say goodbye. Sun goes down, shadows gather, wind moves on, but something stays. Long as grass still bends with weather, those echoes won't fade away. Morning breaks on an open plain, dew on boots, yesterday's rain. There's a dirt road bending by the creek, rusty gate that never learned to speak, old fence leaning like it's getting tired. Sunrise hums through the barbed wire. I walk slow where the cold wind sighs, hear the earth before the birds arise. Every field knows where I've been, but never asks where I'm going again. Like a quiet pine standing tall, I don't shout, I don't fall. I've been shaped by the storms I've known, rooted deep, standing on my own. While the world keeps rushing on, I just breathe and hold my ground. Like a quiet pine standing tall, watching seasons come and go around. Clouds roll low over weathered land, time slips through like grains of sand. Crows draw lines across the sky, same old truths, they don't ask why. Every ring in that old tree feels like it's been cut for me. Years don't hurry, they just stay, teaching patience the hard way. I've seen fire, I've tasted snow, bent but never let go. When the night gets long and wide, still I stand on this hillside. Like a quiet pine standing tall, I don't beg, I don't crawl. I've learned silence can be strong when you've had to hold on long. Let the thunder have its say, I'll still be here when it fades. Like a quiet pine standing tall, outlasting every yesterday. Evening drapes the fields in gold, crickets tune what the daylight told. Stars come out one by one like promises that ain't done. No parade, no neon sign, just a shadow and a line of pine. If you're lost and passing through, this old ground remembers you. like a quiet pine standing tall through the rise and the fall. I don't need the world to see what this land's done for me. When the last light leaves the sky and the night learns how to sigh, I'm a quiet pine standing tall, still here, still alive. Steel string cyanide settles in a quiet home where the day's been. Moonlight spills on the barley rows, silver lines where the cool wind goes. Old fence posts lean like tired men, keeping secrets they won't tell again. Crickets count the passing hours, dew rolls down the sleeping flowers. Every sound feels far and real under moon shadows across the field. Moon shadows across the field teach my heart how time can heal. No rush left, no wheels to squeal, just a steady calm I can finally feel. If I ever learn to yield, it'll be right here where the night is sealed by moon shadows across the field. Barn roof hums with a midnight breeze, owls talk low in the cedar trees. Gravel road don't ask my name, lets me wander just the same. Lantern glow by the cattle gate, stars lean in like they'll wait. Every doubt I used to wield lays down quiet in the field. Moon shadows across the field show me what's true, what's real. No promises to break or seal, just the earth and a turning wheel. If tomorrow's unrevealed, I'll rest tonight in the way it's healed by moon shadows across the field. Granddad said, son, the land remembers every step from December's past. If you listen close to the breathing ground, it'll slow you down, make the moment last. Moon shadows across the field carry dreams I used to shield. I ain't lost, I've just revealed what the quiet always concealed. Let the long day finally yield to a simple truth I've always felt in moon shadows across the field. Night holds still, stars stay sealed. Moon shadows across the field. Harvest moon above the fields, laying gold on broken heels. Every prayer the daylight missed finds a place to kneel. Dust on boots, hands smelling like grain. Sun went down, but the work still stayed. Crows flew home, tractors cool. Sky turned soft in a harvest blue. Shoreline, soft yield. Fence lines hum with evening crickets. Barn door side like they're forgiven. We count the road, not the cost. Thankful more for what we've got. Harvest moon above the fields knows the way the farmer feels. What we lose and what we keep, all laid bare beneath its gleam. Daddy said, boy, the land remembers every storm, every tender ember. You don't rush what's meant to grow, you just tend it then let go. From the ridge you see it all, years like rose rise and fall. Moon don't judge the scars we wear, just shines on what's still there. Harvest moon above the fields, above the fields. Harvest moon above the fields turns the quiet into yield. Every tired dream we sold comes home slow. Harvest moon above the fields teaches hearts to heal. Don't say a word, the field can hear. Even the moon is leaning in, and I don't rush what daylight grew. It just listens, same as you. Golden heads bow to the breeze, crickets hum in minor keys. Boots cut past where summer lay, every step remembers hay. Hands brushed grain then slipped apart, dust and laughter, a borrowed heart, promises stitched in harvest air. none of them loud enough to swear. There's a whisper in the wheat rows, calling names we never said. All the love we didn't speak out still sleeps in every golden head. If you listen past the wind blows, you'll hear what we let go. Fields don't judge, they only hold every secret ever told. What was young and what grew old all comes back as seeds and souls. A whisper in the wheat rows, not a cry, just truth. The land remembers me and you. Saying nothing after all, but if the hush feels like your name, that's a field calling me the same. There's a distant train through the pines tonight. Low whistle cuts through the pale moonlight. Carry stories I'll never know. Down iron rails where the cold winds go. Dust on my boots, dusk on the land. Fence posts leaning like tired old men. Crickets start their evening hymn, while daylight fades on the edge of them. Smoke from a chimney, thin and slow. Sky turns blue where the shadows grow. Count the seconds by the sound of that far-off train not slowing down. Yeah, distant train through the pines tonight, like a lonely prayer passing out of sight. It don't stop here, it don't call my name, just keeps on rolling, same old flame. Gravel road hums under passing stars. Every mile feels farther than it was. Barn doors creak in the cooling air, like they're remembering who stood there. That whistle cries and fades again, like it's chasing where it's never been. I wonder who's riding heart in tow, leaving something they love back home. dreams run, some pray to wait. There's a distant train through the pines tonight, cutting through the dark like a blade of light. It don't know me, but I know that sound. It's freedom passing this small town ground. Whistle fades where the night begins. Wind keeps talking to the tall old pines. I tip my hat to the rolling steel and stay right here where the earth feels real. Sun dips low, day lets go, feels exhale, nice and slow. There's an evening breeze through fences, slipping where the daylight ends, carrying the weight of hours off the backs of tired men. Fence boards creak like they're alive, knots and nails seen better times. Dust hangs soft above the ground, like the hush before night sound. Let it pass or let it stay. Crows fly home in crooked lines, sky turns to rust, then wine. Work boots rest beside the door, don't need answers anymore. Every fence knows where it stands, drawn by weather, time, and hands. Not to stop the world outside, just to mark where hearts reside. I lean back, hear the land speaking ways I understand. Nothing rushes, nothing bends, evening knows just how this sings. There's an evening breeze through fences, cooling thoughts I couldn't mend. If tomorrow brings its worries, tonight don't ask for them. Stars come out one by one, wind keeps moving, work is done. Wood and wire hum like prayers in the evening breeze through fences. Steel strings hum with the morning cold. Boots on wood, stories untold. There's frost on the barn window, drawing lace and silver lines. Sunrise barely breathing on this quiet piece of time. The rooster's late this morning, like it don't wanna break the spell. Even the wind is whispering things it never dares to tell. I wrap my coat a little tighter, feel the ache in my old hand. Every scar's a mile behind me, every breath knows where I stand. There's frost on the barn window, cold stars fade into blue. The world wakes up without hurry, like it's got nothing to prove. If peace ever had a picture, it'd look a lot like this view. Just frost on the barn window, and a sky learning what to do. Coffee steams beside the doorway, boot prints freeze into the ground. The fence leans like it's listening to the stillness all around. Horses breathe out little clouds, morning hangs on every sound. This land don't ask for promises, it just waits and holds its ground. There's frost on the barn window, every crack knows my name. Time don't chase me out here, it just walks beside the same. Mama said this land remembers every laugh, every tear. If you stand quiet long enough, you can almost hear old prayers in the rafters, and dreams that never flew. They shine like frozen diamonds that morning blue. I don't mind the cold these days, it keeps the truth real clear. Shows you what's worth keeping, what disappears. No headlines, no hurry, no clock to prove me wrong, just a barn that's seen it all, and still stands strong. There's frost on the barn window, sun climbing slow and kind. Another day just waiting for a heart that's got the time. If I ever leave this world, Lord, let it be in view, with frost on the barn window, and heaven breaking through. Fiddle cries, guitar rings low, morning stays, then lets me go. Moonlight slips through sycamore trees. Silver lays where the water breathes. Boots by the bank, dust on my jeans. World's gone quiet, just me and the reeds. Crickets keep time like an old backbeat. Stars lean low just to listen to me. It's a stream's midnight song, humming low and long, carrying secrets the day leaves behind. Every bend knows where I've gone wrong. That water don't judge, it just rolls on by. Yeah, the dark feels right when I sing along to a stream's midnight song. Cold, clear notes over polished stone. Sounds like a prayer I've always known. Fence posts lean like tired old men, saying, son, the road ends where it begins. In a stream's midnight song, soft and strong, there's a promise hid in every rhyme. No rush, no race, just moving on, like a heart that finally learned its time. I let my worries drift along with a stream's midnight song. If the dawn comes early, I won't mind. I'll leave my troubles in that line. Water knows what words can't say. It takes the weight and floats away. Hear it roll through the gravel, through my soul. That stream's midnight song, steady and warm, cuts through the quiet like an old steel string. Under a sky where the stars are sworn, to remember every dream I didn't sing. When the night feels too long, I lean on that stream's midnight song. Yeah, I'll follow it home for the break of dawn, still humming that stream's midnight song. crew clings low to the tall field grain. A rooster calls in the silent stay, like it's holding on to yesterday. Paint is peeling, the wood stands true. Every nail's got a story too. I breathe it in, that familiar truth. Clouds roll slow over the red barn roof. The sky don't rush, it just drifts on by. Same old blues, same patient sigh. Time feels lighter when I stand here still. Let the quiet teach me how to feel. There's clouds over the red barn roof, moving easy, nothing to prove. No hurry in the way they move. Just clouds over the red barn roof. If the world ever asks me why I stay, I'll point to the sky and let it say, clouds over the red barn roof. Tractor tracks in the fading mud. Sunset burns like it always does. Windmill creaks in a tired tune, humming low to the rising moon. Fence line